All right, today's a perfect day. There's this place that I want to go visit. I've seen it for like the last probably 13 years or so, but looks abandoned now. So I'm gonna go check it out and share it with everyone. Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yes. Yeah, don't call me back because I'm about to get off the grid here soon. I'm surprised I can still talk to you. You there? Yeah, I hear you. I'm really far west right now in this arroyo, and yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. Okay, yeah, all right, man. I'll talk to you later. See ya. Yep, bye. Okay, here it is. This road, that right there used to be like some kind of hippie commune. I remember this from many years ago, and it's always been there. There's been vehicles down there, there's homes down there, but now it's abandoned, and I don't know why. I know it's not from the local pueblo, because the pueblo border is on the other side of this. That's like the only home that's still standing. The other homes and trailers and campers are gone, but there are some other structures out there. Like that thing right there. That is, well, that's an outhouse right there, but that there is some kind of like community center that they had where they all met and did their hippie stardust stuff, whatever it may be. But anyways, I'm going to go down there and show you around. Not sure how I want to do this. Whether I want to just park and do a bunch of walking or what yet. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to park and walk. I'm going to start the walking part of the tour here. Just park the bike right here. So this right here is like their temple or whatever you want to call it. Live for peace. They had concrete. They had some kind of power. I wonder if they dug all this out. Probably threw it over the hill over here. Yeah, it looks like they took all that earth over there and just threw it over here. Possibly, not sure. That's what's cool about these places, is you just wonder. I love finding places like this because there's nothing but wonder and clues of history. It's like, what were all these cinder blocks about? What was here? It obviously was not a wall because, I mean, these are clean edges. There's no mortar. What was going on with this? What is this? Some tombstone for a pet? I hope it's a pet. Not a human. Now right there, that's the borderline for the natives. They had this bench anchored down. Oh, maybe not. Okay, what is that? And I want to find the path to get to that. It's probably down there, but I'm just going to cut across. Oh wait, there's a path right here. So they came to, this is where they came to say howdy, neighbor. I mean, they carried all this material into this area to build what they had. And back then, this wasn't here. This fence back then, I mean, I've only known about this place for about 12, maybe 13 years. But back then, this fence was not here because everything you see here was this one family. I don't know all the history of this family, but their last name was King. And they were ranchers, and they had the King Ranch. I believe no affiliation to the Ford trim models King Ranch. That's a Texas family. But there's a King Ranch out here. And this was all part of that ranch. Okay, hold on. Just a minute. This fence is not the Pueblo fence. That's the Pueblo fence right there. These hippies, I don't know if they owned this, or if they were just squatters, or they each just had a little plot of land and kind of all bought it together, or I don't know. But this fence looks like it might have been their fence. Anyways, back to the King Ranch story. So at some point, about maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, probably 6 years ago, they sold the land. It was like, I think like maybe 250,000 acres. But like a lot of what you see is was the King Ranch. And I don't know what went on, but about 6 years ago, they sold it. And the buyers was part of the Santa Ana Pueblo. Here's the natural runoff right here. Anyways, Santa Ana Pueblo bought it. And they built that fence that I showed you. I mean, man, boy, did they ever build a fence. They built a wall, so to speak. Like a border wall. But it was all wire and post. Anyways, they didn't want anybody coming this way. At first, when they first bought it, they couldn't pay for it, so it was a trust. And after it became, once they were able to pay off that trust, as far as I know, it's theirs now. Nobody's allowed. When it was a trust, you could still get back there if you had like certain access permits, like from hunting and fishing, you could get back there. But now, as far as I know, you can't get back there. Anyways, look at this. This is a lot of work. Is this stuff mortared together? Yeah. It's mortared. Wait, maybe it's not. No, it's not. This is not mortared together. That looks mortared. Oh, I guess not. Anyways, look at this. What was this? Was this some kind of earthship home? I mean, it looks like it was put together with bricks, with cinder blocks and sandbags. But when you look Over the other, when you look over there, there's concrete here. This just, well, who knows? This could go pretty deep. I mean, was there a floor here? Like a real floor, wood or concrete? I know it wasn't just a dirt floor. This looks like it was the door, because over there you got your sandbags. Then you got this. There's a space right there. Then you got that. And then you got sandbags again. So this was the entrance. Now this was probably a path that became a wash. But then again, it come from over there, so maybe this is just part of the original wash. I mean, it's crazy what time will do to man-made structures. So over there is where the temple is, so I'm just gonna cut across this way. I don't know what these pipes are for. I mean, some kind of ventilation system, but for what? For sewage? There's another one over there that has a bunch of hippie stuff written all over it. I'll show you that when I get back. When I'm going back to the bike. Right there is where I started. Now, was this like a designated playground of some kind? Okay, this right here looks like some kind of wasp housing. Like a wasp nest or something. I've never seen them build on top. Usually it's on the side, like this or something. And I doubt there was a crack through here coming with more wood coming up with a crack and they built in there. But yeah, that's a wasp nest. Look, they're probably living in there too. Yeah. Those wasps were living in this hole. I mean, who knows? They might be in there right now for winter. Anyways, you got this going on. Another house. Either two houses or one house and a barn. And wiring. Chicken coop. A house in a chicken coop. Seriously, I mean, this place only became abandoned like maybe, well, I mean, the way some of this stuff looks, maybe longer than I think. But I remember seeing people here before COVID. Like in 2019, I saw people here. They were living here, doing what they do. I mean, it wasn't like I'm sitting on top of that hill way up over on the other side of this knoll, you know, looking at a bunch of, you know, bustling activity. But I would sit up there and just chill, make a coffee, and I saw movement. I saw cars parked. But this here, I mean, a lot of this stuff looks older than 2018, 19. Man, look at that valve. It's title. Bunch of bags of leaves. This, I mean, total collapse, and this is less than, or this is more, I mean, than 5 years. Where the heck is the power source for all this? I mean, I don't know about construction. I really don't. I know construction things that I'm looking at, but if you got a box here and you got a box way over there, and I don't think there's a box over there, but where is the source? There, okay. When I think about it, just over this hill, like less than a mile, seriously, less than a mile, there is a P&M, Power of New Mexico, power plant there. Is that where it's coming from? If it is, I mean, do they have a permit to pipe it in? Because that power plant over there, I mean, powers all, 8 miles that way, the city. By the way, look how beautiful this is. And that little nub way back there in the back, way back there, that's the drone peak. Who were these people? Men, women, children. I mean, obviously they wanted to be left the heck alone, but there was enough of them to work together, each with a certain skill to build without permits, which I think is unnecessary anyways, and to do electricity and plumbing. And this right here is some kind of workbench or a kitchen island. Right here you have this path going up those steps. Got some outlets over here. And this right here was the entrance. But this is what I always saw. I always knew never to come back here because of this gate. If any of you guys know what's up with this place, if you know the history, because I've only lived here a little over 16 years and saw this place about 12 years ago, but never really talked about it, except once in a while, but not even focused on it. What is this hill right here? Is this a natural hill, or is there something down in there, like a house? Or is it just where they moved earth? It looks like they just moved earth around here. Another power box. Another outhouse. With a sideways moon. What's up with the moon in the outhouse? Who's rail? See, when you're in places like this, you got to be careful. You can't just step in the middle, because if you fall through, you're screwed. Right here they had splatter guards. One thing about exploring out here, and I mean, I guess it could be anywhere, like in the mountains, in the woods or whatever, but out here in the desert, you run into ghost towns, homesteads or farms. One thing you got to be careful of is where you're walking, not just for venomous critters, but also for pits, wells, and stuff like that you can fall through. I mean, I've done this before. Didn't take video back then, but you know, I would carry with me. I didn't do it this time, but I would carry with me, you know, about 50 foot of rope with a grappling hook on it, and knots in it, just in case, and a first aid kit. I do have a first aid kit right now, but it's not with me. It's over on the bike. Look at this one. So there is a he and a she there, or just whatever. I doubt hippies care about he or she. So that right there is your splash guard. This one's been tipped over either by rain. I mean, not rain, but wind or people. Yeah, see, it's both. Men and women. Doesn't matter. This right here is a serious platform off the ground. Looks like a well-built foundation. Oh, look at this. It's all tiled. Oh. What the heck was this? I mean, was this a home? Or just some kind of bandstand? I don't know. Gazebo. I mean, it looked like the real commune meeting area was up over there. Maybe, you know what? When I look at this, maybe what it was that was the deck, and that was the living quarters with a yurt built up over it, being round like that. Probably what it was a yurt with a front porch, and well made. I mean, you know, protected from all the wash and rain and everything on the ground. Pretty nice. Where's that one dang house at? I think it's over that way. It's like the most complete house. Up there you got fencing. I don't think I'm going to walk up there. I might. Who knows? Might be surprised by something. I already showed that over there when I first arrived. Okay, this is some kind of entrance. Yeah, I'm going to walk up there. This is definitely some kind of grand entrance, I think. Obviously, this tree has grown over the years. Okay, got another trail here. This is definitely a well-used trail that turned into a wash. There's no way the water would just make this naturally. concreted up on the hill, looking down on everybody else. This has got to be the mayor's house, the leader, the grand poobah. What's this? Maybe just a foundation, an anchor of some kind covered with wood. But yeah, this is the big guy on top. What is that? Oh, this phone went out to 100. On the ATV, we got to this point and then just turned around. So this is, I guess you'd call the north gate. Back over there is the east gate. And that's it. You just have a north and an east. But I want to know what that triangle is way out there. I mean, look how beautiful it is out here. I feel like I'm at a state park of some kind. Look at that mesa right there. And look at all those volcanic plugs out there. There's probably like 30 or 40 of them out there. Maybe even more. Yeah, this is Big Daddy's house right here. I mean, do they actually bring cement trucks out here to pour this, or was this some kind of hand-done job? I mean, you got a road right there. I don't know what that road was like how long ago, and you got a lot of road to get out here from way out there, 8 miles that way. However, because of the power plant that's over there, these roads are maintained because those P&M trucks need to get in and out of this area. The power plant's about a half mile that way, and then if you look right here, there's a house. Where is it at? See that roof? That's a house out there. There's probably about maybe 15 homes out there, way out in the middle of nowhere. I call that Frost neighborhood. That's not the name of it. I don't know what it's called. Across the street or across the road from it is the P&M plant. It's all that's out here other than this commune. And we're looking to buy some property over there. But not only do you got to ship in your own water and propane, but you also don't get mail out here. So that was kind of the point that I said, no, I'm not interested. No mail. I mean, when I was clocking out of work, I didn't want to go east to get mail and then come west to go home. I just wanted to go home. So I don't know how hard it would have been for us out here. People think, yeah, I'm going to homestead, but homesteading isn't as easy as you think it is. There is so much involved. And the number one thing is that the couple, if it's a husband or wife or, just a couple living together, they have to have their roles and pay attention to what's going on in the other person's head. And a lot of times, whether they're gardening and or raising some kind of livestock, there's so much to consider. Materials, food for yourself, feed for the animals. there's so much to consider. Tools, and a lot of times, at least in the first few years, usually it's the man that has to say, hey, we're not making it the way we thought. I need to go to work, which is like, anywhere from 20 to 50 miles in town, usually about an hour and a half drive, through dirt roads till you finally get to the main highway. He's working all day. He leaves at, early in the morning before the sun comes up, gets home before the sun goes down, even in the summertime. Well, maybe not in the summertime, but so what does that do? That leaves the woman alone, all by herself, on a homestead. Maybe they have kids or they don't have kids. But what's she supposed to do? Strong arm her way through all the daily tasks, feeding the animals, tending the garden. If they have kids, taking care of the kids. It's too much for one person. And yeah, the guy needs to bring in money, but there's that balance. It's like you need money to buy food. You go to Costco or whatever, you buy a month's worth of food, you bring it back to the homestead, and you're living off of that, and you're pissed off about it because it was supposed to be fully independent off-grid living, but you're still going to the grocery store because your farm isn't working. And then a woman is alone, doing it herself. It just doesn't work that way. I mean, that's usually a lot of times how it goes. But the woman can't handle that. And yeah, there's just so much to it. Coyote poop. Okay, there's the most complete house is over there. But instead of walking over there, I'm going to get on my bike and ride over there. And then I'll do another video. So what I'm doing right now is I'm walking up this road all the way to there to get to that temple or whatever it is they had built. Well, here's another foundation right here with a power box. It's just a little foundation. Like, what was that? A storage closet? Well, here's some steps to it. The sign still have writing on it? No. Can't even see. I wanted to be out here earlier this morning, like around 10:30, 11, but I ended up having some last minute calls for some jobs and, making money with my business more important than doing this video. So here's their pagan artwork. Some kind of woman and a panther, flowers, lotus flower looks like, and a bee. I wonder if they had beehives out here. Anyways, this is like your entrance, which the pipe is maybe some kind of ventilation. Oh, here's a can't see anything down there. Anyways, and you pass that pipe and now you're back over here to the temple. I'm assuming this was some kind of a temple. I mean, it's kind of, reason I assume that is, first of all, the shape. And then the way they kind of had it dug out like an amphitheater of some kind. And the way it's dug out is protected from over there where the power plant is, and then that neighborhood out there that has about 15 homes, you know. So this would reflect sound away from the neighborhood out that way, and there's nothing that way. Nothing but beauty in nature. And then if they're burning fires or whatever, it was keeping the light reflected that way as well. All right, I'm gonna ride over to that house. Now the thing about this house out here is it's like outside the gate. Okay, this is the most complete building in the area, and I remember seeing a pickup truck always parked here. And sometimes it'd be here, sometimes it wouldn't, because I used to hang out on basically that hill right there, having my coffee. I just come out there with my little butane, not butane, but my gas stove, and make coffee up there in the mornings and the evenings, always enjoying the view out there. But this house, really, this is outside of the gate, so I don't know how this guy was part of this commune. I mean, he's got a house that's off the ground, definitely a tiny house. I mean, this stuff was made before tiny houses were a thing. You know, old RV water tank right here, another one over there. A stove. This doesn't look like, there could have been another wall on here. 3 walls, maybe 4 with a door, but it looks more like, I mean, when the wind comes through here, it comes from out there in the west. So I don't know how much of this structure is missing. I'm not going to kick around for any foundations, but this guy had power. This looks like more like a corner piece of wood there. This fridge. Every time I see fridges, I'm scared to open them. There were mice in there at one time. I don't know how they got through there. I guess there's a hole somewhere in the back. Anyways, you got this roofing. Oh shoot! Look at this. It's got a septic tank. What the heck? This is like a real house. I mean, a real tiny home. For some reason, I don't think this guy was part of that commune. But I remember seeing this guy's pickup. He had like this old little white Ford Ranger. I mean, not white, like an old, like teal green Ford Ranger. Or was it red? Maybe it was like a faded red. I don't remember. But I do remember seeing a truck parked out here, and then he just lived in here. I mean, when you're single, I guess another person, but one person can live in here very comfortably as long as people leave them alone. I don't know what this was for. What is that? I mean, it doesn't really go anywhere. Oh, no, that was his fuse box. Yeah, that's what that door was. And here is his entry door, or, you know, I don't know, front, back. This is his little patio. What the heck is this ladder doing in here? You know, I know what this ladder is here. People were in here stripping wire, probably. Yeah, I can see it cut in there. Someone came here and stripped all this wire. Pulled it through. You know, he had this nice post right there. And then it looks like he might have had a, well, this is that fake wood, but what was this, water heater? Plumbing? Yeah, someone came in here and stripped all the wiring. And look at these beams. Dang. Whoever built this knew what he was doing and just wanted to be away from people. What the heck is this thing? Why is it there? Oh, I see. It goes up. Probably a clothes hanger or something. This guy had a real solid toilet. There's one outside too. Little sinks, kind of like a little RV or something. Yeah, someone came in here and stripped all this wire. Just cut it there and yanked it through the wall. I'm gonna go look at this little road over here. This is like his driveway where he parked. I kind of remember always the truck being on that side, though. You know how your memory is. You get colors mixed up, the sides mixed up. Yeah, this was no driveway. It was parked over there. This was, I don't know what was going on here. Maybe some kind of garden. You got all this pea gravel. Maybe some kind of drainage. I mean, not some kind of drainage. It was drainage, but yeah, this might have been a garden. I mean, it's totally open up, but then again, the sun can get brutal out here. I don't see any kind of foundations. Definitely, if it was a greenhouse, I don't know how. I mean, I don't don't see any kind of foundational posts. Maybe it wasn't I don't know. What was this? Play area? No. I mean, he has all of this weed barrier here. And it worked. Still working. Anyways, that's what I wanted to share with everyone. So, like I said, I've been out here. I've been coming up here to that hill over there for many years, always looking down on here, and never attempted to come down here, trespass, so to speak, because, you know, who knows? Just because they're hippies don't mean they can shoot you. But, yeah, I noticed, when was it? It was just like about, well, during COVID, I noticed that I didn't really see any movement out here. And then the other day, Robin and I, we came out here to, well, we're just riding up there, you know, in the area, and we saw that it even looked more desolate because there used to be this big, okay, well, first of all, where the gate is over there, they used to have this big arch. It's like this arch, and it said something on it. With my binoculars, I could never read what that said. And then they also had like this big half dome, like a you know, like in certain playgrounds, how they have that half dome jungle gym made out of bars. Well, they had one out here, and it was like super huge. I mean, that thing must have been, you know, maybe 30 feet circumference. That's gone. The arch is gone. And when Robin and I were out here last weekend, I realized those things were gone. I'm like, man, that place really is abandoned. So either somebody scavenged it for metal, or these are good toilets, by the way. I mean, they suck when they get heavy because of the water in them, but these are good toilets. Anyways, yeah, so when we're out here last weekend, we're just like, hey, that place looks more vacant than ever. I mean, more than it did 3 years ago in the height of COVID. And here I am. It's definitely abandoned. Okay, I know where this road goes. This road goes up. I know exactly where this road. This road is a beautiful road, especially when you're coming in, because 1 minute you're in the middle of the desert, all flat, you know, it's cool and everything. But then once you start coming down this road, you see all of this over here, and you're just blown away. Feel like you're at some kind of a, you know, state park or national park. love it when this time of the evening, especially in the winter time, like now, when all the little windows and glass in the city reflect the setting sun. Just the city sparkles, but it's all natural light. Those aren't light posts. Love it.